So I'm uploading this, and you're watching the day after Mid-Year's Day, which is the 22nd of June, which is also my birthday. And it's a Sunday today of the upload the day after, so this has all worked out really well for my schedule and the idea of a year so far at this halfway point. So Mid-Year's Day is a day of special significance. Here's a list of some events that have occurred on Mid-Year's Day in Middle-earth throughout the ages. First Age 472, the beginning of the 5th Battle of Beleriand. First Age 498, Turin Wes Niniel, which is a bit incesty but they didn't know that at the time. First Age 510, the Fall of Gondolin. Third Age 2941, Thorin and company depart from Rivendell. Third Age 3013, Will Wilford is elected or re-elected to the post of Mayor of Mitchell Delving at the Free Fair held on the White Downs. Third Age 3018 is when Gandalf meets Radagast on the road and Gandalf leaves for Orthanc. Third Age 3019, the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen. And here we are on this age, the day after Mid-Year's Day 2024. Along with the at least one Sunday video and the shorts a month that I've been posting so far, I've mostly been up to in between video project no filming garage sessions of just doing and not worrying about camera angles. Starting off with the biggest part of last year, which was my first official army which I took to tournaments, and I did quite a few videos on my Army of the Dead / Rohan of the Dead. This year, in between projects, off camera, bit by bit, with some dedicated garage sessions of a lot of green, I did eventually finish all of my Army of the Dead models, which did include buying more Rohan warriors on eBay to proxy and asking for a fresh box of Dead of Dunharrow warriors for my birthday to get all the possible warbands assembled. So technically I'm now not done, because now I have a fresh box of grey. But I think I won't go on too much about this, of what some may consider an addiction, and leave it for its own video / videos, plural, because there's a lot to talk about. 2,000 points of it eventually. While painting up those ghosts while the last batches was drying, I continued on my slow grow of Minas Tirith, with painting up the Citadel Guard bows for my second batch. We're halfway through the slow grow year, so here's what I've painted up so far. At the start of the year it looked like this. Now I have them mostly built and primed, with just the horses and the trebuchet to put together. My process, mantra, method has been quick and easy, and it has made my first time batch painting known ghosts and the thought of 1400 plus much more manageable. Although with the next batches I'll have to up the points from 250 to fit all of my army into the year's slow grow. After painting 24 in 2 hours, I'm not scared. Also so far, I have one hero model painted, Denethor, Steward of Gondor, and I went with quick and easy.
Prepare for battle!
I think I'll keep this up for the rest of them, Faramir, Madril, those chaps, and the heavy armoured Faramir as well. One model though which I might leave out of the quick and easy get on the table methodology is Boromir, to compare with the Fellowship model which I painted a few years ago when I was getting back into the hobby. So I think I'll leave him out of the slow grow as well and stay in batch painting mode and leave a precision effort painting session for after, because it's been over a year since I've actually done that. I last did it with Elrond. I know that my goal for my Minas Tirith slow grow is to get them painted, and then I can decide on basing later, because there is over 100 of them to base. I'm leaning towards with what I've done with my Moria army and having them based by warband, but I'll leave that for future me. Speaking of leaving, back when I did my Murder Mordor trolls, I had another eBay Mordor troll which got left out, because during transit, and to no fault of the effort of bubble wrap packaging, became a fixer-upper, and also 3 trolls for the video was enough. For ages, he was handless, weaponless, and the spikes on his helmet had snapped off. A few months ago, I gave him a sword hand from a troll sprue, which had the top snap off, which I then fashioned into a dagger/sword. And like that, he sat on the table for a good while, until recently when I got inspired to get him out on the desk again. Doing such attempting some green stuff sculpting and trial and error, and said errors were corrected or covered up with plastic bits from the leftover troll sprue and chaos marauder parts. This might also become a dedicated video, but for now know that he is primed up, ready to paint. Which is my favourite stage of any kit bash or conversion, getting all of it that uniform colour, bringing all that kit bash grey and green together. So you can see, I've been more focused on army painting rather than terrain. But I have been gathering, I've been out in the world, every time I go into a forest, every time I'm on the beach, I look for good bits of bark to turn into rocks. And also found some good tree bits, hopefully. But definitely the rocks, I'm feeling confident about the rocks. Speaking of terrain, I haven't started any of my 7 gates of Gondolin, but I have at least made some progress with space for some of it to go. Potentially to go. Hopefully to go. Even some of it. We'll see. But there is a plan. I've also got some old shelves, which probably will be too heavy and thick, but at least there's no issue of warping. And the main reason why I got them is they were free. And there's plenty of it. So I've got a kind of plan, maybe like 22 inches by 22 inches, kind of like a balanced tomb for each gate. I don't know, a big whiteboard out and really plan this out. But if you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments, I guess. But we'll get to that because it is coming to the end of the video. A lot of a little and some of nothing. But also with the main videos, some of my favourites, getting to do some great collabs. It's been a great half year. So let's get on with the usual stuff. Like the video down below, helps the video out, helps the channel. Leave me a comment, how's your half a year been? What have you been up to? And of course, and as always, subscribe. And if you like what I'm doing here, if you like the channel, share it with any fellow hobbits or those who dwell in Middle-earth. See you on the next one.
It's quite cool.